What's up? Thursday, October 8th. Fire with Dad. What's going on, Pop?
Fire with Dad, baby.
What are you up to?
Well, not just sitting here. Did 2 networking deals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaching sessions.
I have a numb lip. My entire side of my face is numb from the dentist today.
Well, I can imagine. Did you have your teeth pulled, or just cavities filled, or what'd you do?
So I had a cell tower put in my tooth.
Who?
Cell tower. It's a new thing you can do to help with cell reception on your phone. It'll actually triangulate. I had a feeling that apparently needed to be fixed a while back, and so I'm good now. I had that done, and I had my teeth cleaning, so I'm just like new. So I know how much you love the dentist. I mean, who doesn't love the dentist?
Oh my God.
So
that may be the closest thing to dying.
Oh, that's extreme right there.
Okay.
So I want to talk about a quote that I heard yesterday that resonated with me, and it has me really rethinking how we can deliver to our clients. So I was listening to a podcast, guy named Joe Rogan yesterday. Are you all right? Like, what are you doing?
Getting my electric cord.
Oh, your computer going dead?
Well, I'm just making sure it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So I'm listening to a podcast yesterday, a guy named Joe Rogan, and the guy that was on there is, I guess, the owner of Spartan Race, or one of the races like that, the off-road races. And he was talking about his first job. And he said when he was a 13 or 14-year-old kid, his mom and dad were going through a divorce. He was from New York. One of the mobsters offered him a job cleaning his pool. And when the kid showed up, and one of these 3 things you've always said, when he showed up, he said, the guy said, I got 3 rules if you want to be successful in life and what you're doing here. He said, what? He goes, number 1, 15 minutes early is late. So if you're supposed to be here at 8, you better be here at 7:44. And I've heard you say that a lot. I don't take that advice too often. I got to get to it. The second one was if I ask you to clean my pool, clean the deck, clean the windows, clean the barn the shed next to it, the patio furniture, sweep everything. Because then when I come home and see that everything looks amazing, you're going to be irreplaceable, and I'm gonna want you to do more, and I'm not gonna ever want you to go away.
Exactly.
And the third thing was to not ask for money. That I know I have to pay you to clean my pool. If you do the right job, you'll get paid. If you have to ask me for money, then I'm the wrong client and you're probably the wrong person. But it got me thinking about what we do for our clients. So we work with restaurants and we help them find customers. Today I was at Rapid Fire Pizza, Florence. Michael Castleman donated some pizza cards to one of my friends whose daughter plays basketball for Ryle Varsity. She's a beast. I think she's 8th grader or a freshman. She's I don't know, 6'4", 6'5", probably. She's huge. Be a great basketball player. But he donated some gift cards there, and I pulled up, and we're talking, and I said, so what's going on? How's business? It can be better. It's not bad. And we got to talking about a specific number he wished he could increase his sales. And it's got my head turned. I'm trying to think of what I can do to help him hit that number. But it really got me thinking about what we do for clients. We have a program they buy that we help them run ads, grow a database, get those people to come in, and then talk to them more down the road. It got me wondering, that's my pool cleaning. They're paying us to do that. What can we do extra? What can we do to make them go, holy crap, Matt's team really cares and they're irreplaceable? And I want to know your philosophy on that, because I know I've grown up around you and you've mentored me my whole life. What do you think about that tactic and that saying as far as cleaning everything?
Well, that's the way it should be. The more one of the things that you're probably the world's best that I've ever seen, and that's what I was always told when I was younger that I was really, really great at, and you're probably even better than I ever was, and that is ideas. And so you got a system in place and whatever, but when you're meeting with these guys, maybe you come up with some new ideas, start picking their brain a little bit, start talking to them, and next thing you know, you got an idea that could happen that they never thought of. That's probably I would say that was probably your biggest attribute that you have, is you're a phenomenal idea guy. And when I was younger, that's the one thing I got told all the time is, Dwayne, the reason why we buy from you, the reason why you're our insurance guy, the reason why we buy boats from you is you create ideas that nobody else ever created before. You give me ideas that I never thought of. And give you an example. I mean, for instance, when we had the boat show, the idea of going out and buying couple truckloads of fishing poles and reels, and it gave away to the first 2,000 kids that came in, and we had a phenomenal week. One year we were sitting down, you and I had a brainstorm, and you came up with the idea of everybody who had been to the show that we had sat down and talked to, go out and buy cookies by design and deliver to their wives the next day. And the next weekend we had a phenomenal boat show. Then one year they decided that we're going to hire the guy with the bathtub and have brought him into our store, and that created a tons of business. Those things are all great ideas that the average guy's not thinking about. And you're always thinking way out of the box. And I always tell people the one thing that you have that I wish I had even had more of, and I always was proud of the fact that I had some of it, is that you're so far out of the box it ain't funny. So if you're sitting there talking to the guy from Rapid Fire Pizza, I can guarantee you give you 10 minutes with a guy and he just starts talking to you, you're going to come up with an idea he's never even thought of before that can make him some money.
Well, I'm thinking of myself right now. Like I just think about the golden ticket idea, that maybe because I'm looking at his business, and like at the end of the day, when him and I talk, let me do some math real quick here based on what he probably needs. Let's see. So he needs about 400 visits a month. He needs about 100 visits a week. If you divide that by 5 days, just because some days are a wash, that's 20 visits a day.
What, 10 visits? 20 visits a day.
So he's 20 visits a day. So I got to think about 3 or 4 ideas that we can help with that he can do on his own. But like one idea that pops in my mind is, golden ticket is everybody that comes in and scans this code gets a chance to reach in the bucket to see if they get the golden ticket. And maybe they reach in there and they get a card that says "Have a great day." Maybe they reach there and get a card that's $50. I don't know. I guess some ideas there, but yeah, I agree.
Well, remember that fishing pole thing? You had kids walking around, the kid walking around with a fishing pole straight in the air. You had the buckets going, and they were doing the thing. I'll tell you another thing that really made a lot of money for one guy in Erlanger, Stams, was he sponsored. He worked with all the football and baseball, fast basketball teams, constantly bringing the kids in. There was brought their parents in.
Yeah, it's a little tough right now. But now, and I'm wondering not more about ideas for me. I'm wondering, like, what do you think about over delivering? About doing more? Like, what have you seen businesses do for their clients that might be over and above what they normally would do? You go to a business, you buy a pizza, you expect to get your pizza, your drink, and leave. Have you seen businesses at that level do something more, or like when you were in the insurance business, and even now with your coaching?
Well, yeah, it's there's always something additional that you can think of that you could do that's not being done. Okay, that would take that swimming pool to be actually delivering, weeding the guy's garden or cleaning the whatever. Okay, adding all the other things to it. Okay, there's all kinds of that stuff that you can do. The thing is, you just got to figure out what that is. That's the key. Because the key is, okay, I can do all these extra things to help you grow your business, but I need to know what it is, and that's where the idea comes from. That's why I was bringing up the idea. That's where the idea comes from. Maybe there's an idea that you can do that takes it to the next level, which then creates those 20 things.
Yeah, possibly. Well, cool. What was the topic of your coaching calls today? What was one item from your coaching calls?
I don't know if we've talked about this. I've been doing about 2 or 3 things the last couple of weeks, and I'm not sure we talked about it on our coaching, our Fire with Dallas week and that is creating a subliminal message. Did we talk about that at all?
No, but like,
okay. Give me an example. If you on your 60-second, or if you're networking with somebody, or you're talking one-on-one, or you're on a Zoom call with somebody, before you get done with the conversation, say, "Hey, tell you what, if you hear this the next couple of days, that would be a great referral for me." And it almost creates a subliminal message, because you've just basically engaged that guy to become part of your sales team in a way. You've given him an idea or a message, and as soon as he goes to has lunch with somebody or a Zoom call with somebody else, and they bring that up or make that comment, you're going, "Oh my God, that's a great referral for Matt." And you'd be surprised. I've already used it for about 5 or 6 clients, and 2 of them have already sent me texts. Hey, by the way, not only did it worked unbelievably. I ended up getting several referrals because all of a sudden I got people not even connected. I bet for the first time and said, hey, by the way, if you hear this, it'd be a great referral for me. And all of a sudden, the person got 2 days later calling them.
But I think it would have to be a unique one, because if I said, hey, next time you're in a restaurant that you like, that'd be a great referral. Well, that might be all
No. It's got to be something with where you hear, like, for instance, the next time you're someplace and say, I wish, I'll give you an example. In my case, I always tell people, if the next time you're out, if hear someone say, I hate cold calling, that would be a great referral for me.
Exactly. But nobody ever says that. Like, people don't talk about that stuff.
Oh, they do. So I get tons of calls.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking more of a subliminal.
I'm saying to people is you create a saying which normally is going to happen in your target market that was going to that would create a phone call. So I'll give you an example. If you're a home care company,
can you hear me? It's a delay. No, I get that. I understand the whole subliminal thing. What I'm saying is that it can't be too generic. Like if I say, hey, Dad, next time you have a good lunch, that's a good referral for me.
Well, it's got to be specific.
But if I say next time you have lunch and you find a Band-Aid in your pizza, I want to talk to that guy.
Exactly. Okay. Or to give you an example, the one that probably brought up the biggest thing to me was I was coaching a guy who was an IT guy about 7 or 8 years ago. And he sold equipment, computer equipment. And he said to me, he says, next time you're in a guy's store or a guy's place of business, look at his cord. If he's got a cord this big around, he needs me. Next thing I know, I'm in everywhere I've been going. I'm sitting there looking at guys' cords because he created a message which resonated. So the same token, okay, I always tell my clients, think of 5 things that would be items that would create a great referral for you. Someone may say in a conversation passing, which all of a sudden when that person says it, it goes, oh my God, that person's got to talk to so-and-so.
Okay.
But cool. That's one of the things. The other thing I'm talking about is the art of listening. Okay. People, I've noticed on Zoom calls, it just cracks me up. You're on a Zoom call and you can see everybody's face in front of you. Okay. The number of people that are supposed to be listening to what you say are doing everything but listening. And the thing about that is this, because everybody's sitting in front of you on that Zoom call and you're looking at the computer, you can see everybody else screwing around. It's so disrespectful and actually creates less credibility than if you sit there and listen and get focused in on what the person is saying.
So if you're out, there was somebody in a Zoom call recently, was in the drive-thru at a restaurant and they left their speaker on. You can hear them ordering the food and you're like, well, they're apparently not paying too much attention.
No. And the thing is, the whole idea is to create know, like, and trust. How much know, like, and trust does that create if you're going through the drive-thru and you're not listening to a thing the guy says?
Yeah, no, for sure. I get you there. Well, cool.
That was a couple of things I brought up this week, and I had on my webinar last week. I talked about the listening thing, and on my coaching, I'm creating a subliminal message. And again, it actually is working because I've got several clients that have used it, and they're writing me back and say, "Hey, by the way, it worked phenomenal because it got people thinking about me."
Okay, so I'm gonna come up with a subliminal message for me. So, Dad, the next time you're having pizza with sausage on it, the person that owns that restaurant is an ideal referral for me. Think of Sausage Man. Okay, so I want you to repeat the word sausage, sausage, sausage.
Sausage, sausage, sausage. By
the your signal broke up.
The way.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
You still there?
Yeah, I am. Your signal.
The gentleman, we're meeting the gentleman from South Carolina next Thursday.
Who's we?
Me and Doug.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about that later. That has nothing to do with this.
I know.
Okay.
Now, are we having a sales meeting tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll sales meeting tomorrow, 1:00.
All right.
Okay. See you, Dad.
Baby.
Adios.